Well, yesterday we did a unit test. Today we are starting a new unit, and it's Earth Changes. Before we jump onto that video, we're going to start using this booklet, the volcano on the front, and this new reading packet, Unit 8 reading. Put your name on there so your brothers and sisters don't think it's theirs. And the first thing we'll do is we'll watch the video about Earth Changes. Here we go.
Earth changes. Natural forces are always changing the face of our planet. They can be destructive, raining down ash, or constructive, creating new landforms. Changes can occur quickly or over thousands of years. Look at the world around you. How do Earth's natural processes impact our lives?
So that's our essential question. How do Earth's natural processes impact our lives? And they can be things that happen quickly, like earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards, or they could be those things that happen over a long period of time, like climate change or erosion of a riverbed or a mountain or the movement of glaciers, things like that. You could even kind of think about like the coronavirus kind of is a natural process. It's a virus just doing what a virus does, trying to infect new hosts. It's not so much the geology, but it could tie in. So as we work on things this unit, that's what we're going to keep thinking about. How do Earth's natural processes impact our lives? And the question we're going to start with today is this one. Actually, not so much a question as the objective, but I'll be able to read, to identify and annotate key details, and we'll use these key details once again to make a informational summary. So what you will need, and I kind of already showed these, but you'll need Earth Changes. You'll need your Unit 8 reading packet. If you want to go back and think about the essential question, you can do that. If you have some ideas or you know about some different like geographical or geological phenomenon or weather, how they affect our lives already, go ahead and jot that down. But we're going to start with lesson 2, and it has a little 2 in the corner, and it's going to be using the text earthquakes, which is in here, to answer 3 questions. So that's what we'll be working on today. I'll get all set up and we'll get started. We are starting with earthquakes. And before we begin, we are going to do these things. We're going to preview the text. That's number 1. Read the questions below. As you read, keep the questions in mind. When finished reading, answer the questions. This is a really short text. So I'm going to preview it first. It's by Kathy Fergang. And look at the heading. So what causes an earthquake is going to talk about. Measuring earthquakes. Changing surface. I'm guessing this is going to be about the earth changes type essential question. I see there's some text features like a seismograph with a German pen, picture of the Himalayas, a map of the earth with tectonic plates in there, and then this little illustration of what I'm guessing is happening with tectonic plates. So before I read, I'm going to read these questions now. What is an earthquake? So as I read, and if I find that question, I'm going to either highlight it or underline it. Where do earthquakes happen? And then how do earthquakes reshape the earth? And we'll kind of do this together. It shouldn't take very long. I'm just grabbing myself a highlighter. Okay. So every day, an average of 50 earthquakes are detected on Earth's surface. Oops, sorry guys, I smacked you. Why do some earthquakes cause major destruction while others go by almost unnoticed? The answer is in the amount of energy they release. So what causes an earthquake? An earthquake is a sudden movement or shift of Earth's crust. Oh, well, there's my answer in my first question, right? You said, what is an earthquake? So an earthquake is a sudden movement or shift of Earth's crust. And I'm going to put a number 1 right there. So I just answered that one. This thin outer layer is made of many interlocking pieces called tectonic plates. These plates float on a layer of hot molten rock and move as slowly as fingernails grow. As they move, they rub against one another, building up stored energy and pressure. When these plates shift or collide at their boundaries, an earthquake happens. Earth's surface rumbles and shakes as the energy is released. Okay, now I'm going to go down and look at my caption. So I have this map, and I have the tectonic plates. If you notice, it's by California as a major fault line. That's what they're called. And tectonic plates, that's where they have lots of earthquakes there. We don't really have any around Minnesota, up in Alaska, which also has many earthquakes. So yeah, I'm going to read my caption. Most earthquakes occur along the boundaries of Earth's tectonic plates. Oh, that answered my question too, right? Where do earthquakes happen? Along the boundaries of Earth's tectonic plates. So now I have 2 answers. So I'm going to put number 2 there for question number 2, and I'm going to keep going. The only one I have left to answer is, how do earthquakes reshape the Earth? Scientists can measure the strength or magnitude of an earthquake with an instrument called a seismograph. In one type of seismograph, seismic waves cause a drum to vibrate as a weighted pen records vibrations. The longer the lines, the greater the energy released by the quake. Earth's changing surface. The movement of Earth's tectonic plates reshape Earth's landscape, creating or building landforms such as mountains and valleys and other land features. As plates move apart, valleys, rivers, and even oceans can form. The Himalayan mountain range in Asia, for example, was formed when the Indo-Australian and Eurasian plates came together. These plates collided and pushed together slowly, forming the mighty mountain range over the last 10 million years. So these kind of both talk about how earthquakes reshape the Earth. So they build landforms such as mountains and valleys and other land features. When they move apart, valleys, rivers, and even oceans can form. And then the plates collided and pushed upward. They slowly formed the mighty mountain range. And that was the Himalayas. So the Himalayas were also formed by earthquakes. So now I'm going to just hop on over here and answer these questions, which I'm just going to copy right out of what I found. So what is an earthquake? Well, in paragraph 2, it told me an earthquake is a sudden movement or shift of Earth's crust. And I'm going to put a 2 there for paragraph 2. And then where do earthquakes happen? And we found that in the caption right there. So they happen along, I better put quotation marks around these, the boundaries of Earth's tectonic plates. And if I want to know exactly where that is, I can look at that map again. That was paragraph, well, it wasn't, it was a caption, so you're like caption. And then how do earthquakes reshape the Earth? I had a few more things there. So I'm going to say, I'm going to put this in my own words since I had a bunch of things. I'm going to say they build landforms like mountains and valleys. They form, and then it said here, rivers and even oceans. And those are in paragraphs 4 and 5. I'm just going to stop right there. And although I think they're pretty cool, I'm happy we don't live in a place with earthquakes too often. I think it'd be kind of scary, and we'll read more about that. It's kind of interesting. Oh no, earthquake! Right? Okay. Good luck with this. Talk to you later. So, today we are working on A1 and A2, which you've done before, so this will be a time to finish them if you haven't. Using those key details to determine the main idea, which we've done quite often. So, if you're not done with those, now is the time to finish them. If you are done, more opportunity to read. Go find something that interests you. Read about it. If it's really interesting, share it with me so I can read about it and learn something too. Okay. And it looks like it's already Friday, which is craziness. So have a fantastic, amazing, wonderful weekend. I hope it's nice out and you can get outside. Adios.